I have not done any of this event for an entire week. So we got a lot to do. And hopefully the audio fixes itself over time. Hello, you've reached the office of Rhine Lab Control, Kristen Wright. Miss Wright is currently unable to take your call. Please leave your message after the tone. Thank you. This is bad, Kirsten. I think I screwed up. I'll admit the Colonel's smart. He caught on to my little tricks last time I made a delivery. He's been all eyes on me along with Ferdinand's people. It took a whole bunch of clones just to get away here. Ferdinand's gonna make his move at Ryan soon enough. I just know it. And the other directors have to fall in line. The only other option is to play dumb. Jeez. I might have nowhere to run anymore. Seriously. I'm a little scared. Just a tiny, tiny bit. But you get where I'm coming from, right? Not to worry, though. I'm still going to uphold our agreement 100%. Kirsten, I can't help but wonder. If she was still here, maybe we wouldn't... Who are you? Miss Muleseye, I suggest you stop struggling. Your marathon from Rhine HQ to the commercial districts wasted our entire evening. Let me guessy. Dead end for me? You always catch me as long as I'm somewhere in Tri-Mounts. No, forget Tri-Mounts. It'd be the same in any city. This is Columbia. The charges stick to lawbreakers, rain or shine. This is about me breaking confidentiality with the military, right? In which case, you should give me some time to call my lawyer and not sick a cajillion armed mercs on me in the middle of the street. I'll say again, we're in Columbia. We don't operate by the books unless by the books is what we need. In other scenarios, we like efficiency. Alright. Do I still get a little chat with Ferdinand? Maybe me and him can still straighten out this whole mix-up before it's too late. I don't know what to tell you about the Fortnite ad, but I think ads play at the very start of my like when you join in or something. I couldn't really tell you how it works. I don't have it set up any specific way. Good to know. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Nuh-uh. That's not in my orders here. Didn't Ferdinand hire you? Ferdinand Clooney might be your core worker, but he's just a partner of convenience to me. I've got no personal stake in the Rhine Ford infighting. Ecological, energy, I don't give a damn, and my employer doesn't care who exactly we're cooperating with. What we want is results. Rhinelab provides the goods, my employer puts thought into their use. And your tiny little oops moment lost you the last ounces of our trust. If I said I didn't mean to, would you believe me? I'm a researcher, you know? I've got this habit of hanging on to test data here and there. Habit? You had all this time to think of an excuse, and that's it? I'm so sorry to tell you. Your fancy brand of charisma doesn't work on me. I'm given to understand Ferdinand warned you not to let a whisper of any of the testing leak before the government passed every bill tied to it. Your elven bloods stretched the expiration date on your good looks. That likewise ensures you don't form any forgetful habits, right? You. You know I'm an elf. I read the files. I know who I'm working with. Part of my job, you see. She's an elf. Interesting. Is that like a new, like a race we haven't seen before then? Yeah, the casual lore job of elves exist. Damn. Just dropping that bomb on us all of a sudden. And they're definitely not common because she was surprised that she knew. So come, let's cooperate some. Whatever illusion you were going to concoct next, it'd be as useless as the last. Yeah, pretending to be a bird. Yeah. Sheesh, I guess I really am cornered. Well, I already don't like you. I guess that's why you're stalling so long. You were stalling so long. You think you can dupe me. What is she? It makes me think she's a bird, but the tail makes me say otherwise. Because it looks scaly. But it looks like she has hair that resembles a bird. I'm not the brute forcing type. I don't go half-cocked. And I'm not one of your colleagues married to the lab. She's a snake? Interesting. She definitely has that snake look in her eyes, that's for sure. Got you. At this temperature, water molecules don't hear my call. Is this your arts or some kind of special technology? Are you really free enough to discuss issues of science with me, Director Muleseye? Sorry, but I'm tired of playing hide and seek, and I don't want any sudden acts of iced water getting my plumage or hair wet. You're no ordinary merc. Flattered. Now, you still have one last chance. Answer my question. The community thinks snake? Yeah, I guess. Maybe she's like a chimera of sorts. Like she has a snake tail. She's also part bird. She could be something else for all we know. She could also be a Rhinelab experiment, and that's why she's here. Who knows? Kirsten Wright, Rhinelab Control, has spent the past several years buying up a massive amount of high-purity hard material from companies high and low. What kind of experiment is she running? Greek mythical creature? Also a possibility. Maybe the first dinosaur we see, like a feathered raptor or something. That's pushing it a bit though. That would be really cool if we actually did get dinosaurs though. Basilisk. Basilisk is an interesting one. Why are you helping Ferdinand if you and your employer care so much about control tests? That's not the right answer. That's not an answer. That's another question, in fact. I don't have any of the answers you're looking for. Your file says you love using your blood-given abilities to toy with people. I'm a little surprised you turned out to be so loyal to the control. Loyal? I'm just looking out for myself. Weird name, weird creature. Fair. I have yet to see her name, so I don't know what it is. You're telling me you don't want this chance at all? In which case, Miss Muleseye, our partnership is hereby terminated. Terminated? Terminate her. Ah, the robots. Zarya, you've got to make it in time for Kirsten. (2:43 a.m.) Overcast. Main district of Trimonts. Hey! Zarya in her uniform. Still waiting for your appointment, ma'am. She should have been here 10 minutes ago. I've never counted on her to be punctual, but if our last comms were anything to go by, she was the one desperate for this meeting. Maybe she backed out again. We all know the director of Rhine Lab Ecological prefers to hide the truth behind all those smiles of hers. I don't trust Muleseye. I wouldn't easily trust anyone choosing to remain at Rhine Lab at this point. But partnerships are built on more than just trust. Did you trust me the moment I first met you? The truth, ma'am. When I saw you standing outside my door, I almost went straight to the kitchen to grab a knife or something, and call the cops along the way. Good head on your shoulders. Still, Rhine Lab wouldn't use force to threaten a retired employee who signed an NDA. At least not while I was still in defense. A new message? Something wrong, ma'am? You look serious. Serious enough to give me shivers. Change of plans. Muleseye isn't coming. Something happened to her? Right when she was about to meet you? Erickson, I need a favor. What is it? Send the info I received to the local branch of this pharmaceutical company. Ask their operators to immediately inform Dr. Kaltz and Dr. I know they've been in Columbia territory recently. Hey, she's calling out us. Oh yeah, sorry, it's definitely pretty. We already have 2 skins of Zarya. Even though it would be nice to have, I think it's fine. Yeah, I know. Let's be honest, Susan shouldn't have got that 3rd skin. Amiya makes sense. She is literally the main character. She is the first character you get, the first 5-star you get. Amiya makes sense. I think Feeder only has 2. Things that they do need to work on is getting, I think they're still working on L2D for some limited operators, like Gavial Alter still doesn't have one. The Spectre Alter doesn't have one. They have to work on Chong Yue's. Kaltset and Saga should definitely get one. Kaltset, definitely. I really want a Kaltset skin. But yeah, they have a lot of skins that they need to work on. Like, they definitely shouldn't be working on a third skin for characters right now. Fair enough. I would definitely go all in for the Katsu maid skin if she gets one. But you also have to think of what the effects would be for Kaltzit's abilities, and you have to think of what monster would look like. There's a lot of things that go into the skin, and I don't know if the maid skin, as much as I would love it, I don't know how that would transfer to monster in a good way. It could be a 15 OP skin. But we all know we want an 18. We all know that we want an 18 OP skin for Kaltzit. I need their help. "5:11 a.m. Overcast. Test site 359, Trimon's outskirts. Morning, Doctor. You're up as early as ever. Well-regulated circadian rhythm promotes stability of core data. Data? You mean psychologically, right? You always pack that special sense of humor. I pulled an all-nighter just to get these figures. Director Franks is gonna rag on me for this. I'd be satisfied for a 15 and 2. Favorite part of the story? Let's go. Negative. Scenario inconsistent with typical behavior of Dorothy Franks. Is that supposed to reassure me? Thanks, but even if she lets it fly, there's still Director Clooney, and I don't want to go back to him. Hey! You're overdue for a good night's sleep, Helen. Elena, you know we have evaluations next week. How am I supposed to sleep with an evil weighing on me? I can't lose this job. I'm still paying off my student loans. Sorry. I know I keep bringing that up. How's this sound? I'll raise your situation with the director once the experiment's over. Seriously? Elena, you're the only one in all of Energy who isn't terrified of Director Clooney. What's your secret? You've just got to be like me. Spending every single day in the lab, making the director happy with every last thing you do? That's not realistic for me. Oh, right. I needed to check in with Director Franks. Gotta go. See you. I made coffee. You want some? Excessive caffeine intake may aggravate neuropathy. Elena. Wait. There's no way I'm playing the doctor right now. This does not look like Doctor's lines of dialogue. This looks like Talopsis. This is Talopsis dialogue. Yeah, I'm playing a doctor. I just realized, with the kind of dialogue we're reading, there's no way that this isn't Talopsis. I hear you, but I'm still not about to give up my life for the word may. If the docs had the final word, I'd be best off staying at Rhodes Island with my sister. Same for you, right, Joyce? Medical wants you aboard long term. Regulations state I must report back to Rhinelab at regular intervals. Provision of medical services at this site is only a temporary assignment. So it's Joyce. I don't know who Joyce is, but I'm pretty sure Joyce is Talapsis. Because she just mentioned silence. This is definitely Talapsis dialogue. Sure. Just a few days, and then you'll meet back up with Dr. Silence in the city, right? Me and Dorothy miss you. Joyce needs rest. Work gets too intense here at the site. And you, Elena? If it wasn't for Ferdinand taking you up as his most outstanding researcher, I'd be on the case to kick you back to the city too. Dorothy! So you're here at last, Dorothy. Helen was just looking for you. You didn't run into her? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Seriously, you're gonna work until you faint, huh? Forget me and Joyce. How many days have you gone without sleep? I've seen the wrappers filling up your lab's trash can over the past week. Agroponics, huh? The experiment's already in its final phase. I promised the participants I'd accelerate the pace, so they can get back to their families sooner. Got me there. Who doesn't want this done sooner? Plus, as your assistant, I have to listen to you anyway. Alright. Can I ask my beloved assistant to do me another little favor then? I can't be out of the lab for too long. I want you to courier these heat emitter modules to some friends outside. Heat emitters? We've been in the Barrens for over a month. Where'd you buy these? Warning. Rhine Lab technological components detected. See? It took me and Joyce one look to know you made these with lab materials. The living fossils up in business won't like that. The living fossils. Oh my god. You might be director of Originium Arts Director, but that's not gonna change their tune any. I know how their minds work. And I know even better that you won't report something this minor to Ferdinand, or any of the directors for that matter. They need these things. It's been getting cold lately, and their huts weren't built to last. They won't keep the chills out. Dorothy, I've been wanting to say, don't you think you worry too much about them? They're pioneers. A team of them in Rhinelab's employ. No pioneer's gonna hang around anywhere for long, let alone make friends. They're just a bunch of kids. Besides, I know you're trying to say, you're worried about me. You're worried about You're worried I'll feel empty once they're gone. That's my little assistant, always so considerate. Don't grin at me like that. You're not my teacher, Director Franks. Lena. Fine, I'll do you this one last favor. The very last one. Seeing as the experiment's nearly over. Sir, we're all set. Sonny. Sonny reminds me of your NPC in VR chat. Sonny? Sir? Huh? Got the heebie-jeebies? What? Nah, that's never been my style. You've been pacing laps around the cabin. 7. Coming up 8. I'm getting my mind in order. A lot of variables. What's coming up next? Sonny, I've been thinking, but, are we really on the right track here? Them scientists and the doc, they've been plenty good to us, I'd say. I told you already, 1 or 2 acts of kindness don't make a saint. Back in law school, my classmates loved to all of that charitable business. Yeah, I told you, Doki. It looks kind of like him. I think the hair color is very similar too. There's probably a tail back there. Just instead of a ranger, he's more of a cowboy type. Hell, he could be a ranger. Yeah, he looks like a Arknight's Indiana Jones. Even has a hat down here too. Has a rope. I don't know what this is. Probably something that's coming off from behind him, or just uh different coloring of the rope. It's probably a different coloring of the rope. Donate a thing or three to treatment zones for infected. Maybe join a campus debate for justice for what they went through. But once I came to be an unlucky, ill ridden son of a gun, too, well, guess how many times they visited me? Yeah? Not a single goddamn time. A year back, I went to borrow some money.
Good. Come up dinner time, man. What drink did you get?
Fanta orange.
Okay. Here we go. Thank you.
Dinner's here, but I'll go until the next scene, hopefully. I'll read a few more lines and then I'll go get my dinner, and then I'll be back. Shouldn't take too long. A year back, I went to borrow some money from an old college roommate. He worked at the biggest law firm in Max, DC. Picked up the phone. Get this. He asked me who I was. Sorry, you were out deferred for treatment, so that's why the grad yearbook didn't have your contact. Ha! Most touching joke I ever heard, I tell you. Real band of bastards, huh? We've seen plenty of them ourselves, all of us. Once they're at a safe enough distance, it stokes their egos. Good to throw out a little benevolence. Like they're feeding fowl. And it makes a topic of their get-togethers, too. You go on and guess if right this moment, in that laboratory, those respectable scientists are cradling their coffee cups talking about us, huh? Nobody minds doling out good intent. Not until it costs them anything for real. Alright, boss, whatever you say. You've seen the most of us. Paid it most mind. Your word is gold. This is the only way we've got. Nobody in the whole damn test site's gonna look out for us, except ourselves. Okay, next scene, and I will be right back. You're insane if you'd think I'd forget to mute. I would never forget to... something like that. But now I'm back. Oh, sorry. There we go. Come on, Joyce. Once I finish my coffee, we've got to get to work. Medic. We need a medic. You're one of the pioneers? You can't really just come in. You haven't gone through decontam yet. Don't you have a medic or a doctor? Something came over Sam all of a sudden. He's sick. Sick? Is it neuropathy? Are you? Are you a doctor? You gotta save him. You gotta save old Sam. Save us all. He's been running like a kettle since late last night, and he's just started throwing up blood. Please input the patient's location. He's in the nearest hut. We did like you told us last time. Gave him some painkillers, laid him down. Understood. Initiating emergency treatment routine. Joyce. Apologies. Other tasks have reduced priority. Yeah, Joyce is good. And if it is Telopsis like I was thinking, she is one of the my most used operators in this game as of the anniversary the anniversary rewind thing showing us our stats. Telopsis was my most used operator. Because she was one of the first operators I ever had. And still one of the best AoE medics in the game. And I still use medics. Because I don't like meta. I know. I'm not trying to stop you. Even if we're shattering safety regulations. Joyce, I'm gonna go with you. You are not a medical worker, Elena. Who gives two cares? Remember, I took basic medical training too. An extra pair of helping hands can't hurt in a situation like this, right? Plus, I've got to make the trip anyway. With my errand from Dorothy, might as well be now. You tell him. Here. Where's the patient? Out of the way. Every second counts with acute neuropathy onset. But scan returned no results. Don't move. Is that a nail gun? They tricked them. There are no cases of acute neuropathy onset in the vicinity. Sure aren't, Joyce. There are some healthy young men here. Wouldn't have the strength to be pointing dangerous tools at us otherwise. Hands up, ladies. You're the leader of the pioneer team. You remember me. I admit I'm a touch surprised. Sir, why have you tricked me and Joyce into coming here? I trust you, know. Rebecca? Dr. Rebecca? That's how you say your surname, right? You pronounced it beautifully. Gonna trouble you to lend us your communicator there, Doc. Pioneer team needs to ask your superiors a few questions. Right when they're about to give them some heaters, they go and do shit like that. They cannot think yet. If they could, they would still pick up their weapons. Bunch of locations they can come from, but only one location they can go to. "3:56 p.m. Overcast. Main district of Trimonts." Whoa. Dude looks awesome. Reminds me of Ace if Ace was an engineer of a sort. You like the Mechanist? This is the third time you've paged through Talaps's personal log, Doctor. Any new discoveries? Elena's coffee ought to be pretty good. Pioneer team leader had a good education. And she keeps some detail-rich records. The true chat of the story. Great. Talopsis has a kind of special chip implanted in her brain. Device number 9, Mary calls it. Guessing that's Rhinelab's internal codename for that tech. It's plugged up there directly into her nervous system, functions as a regular part of her mind, and logs data on neural activity in each region and lobe all the while. Which means you've just been looking at every last thing Talopsis' visual processors, her own 2 eyes, have been seeing. That's pretty cool. From the logs Talopsis keeps synchronized with us, we can tell that along with her, there's our other Rhodes Island partnered operator, Elena, and Rhinelab's energy section. Along with Rhinelab Originium Art Section's director, Dorothy Franks. That's everyone caught up in this abduction by the pioneers. So everything that we just witnessed was actually something that we, the Doctor, saw firsthand. And practically simultaneously, informed us Rhinelab Ecological Section's Director Muleseye went missing after she sent out an SOS, and there's no telling if she's currently alive or dead. Think there's an issue at Rhinelab? At present, looks like it. Sky-high odds Rhinelab is already in crisis. If things are pushing Saria to ask Rhodes Island for help. Lucky, the land ship's nearby, or else we'd be hard-pressed to make an expeditious response. The kidnapping's gone down at a new site about 100 or so clicks out from Trimonts, but Calcit's concerned this has something to do with the experiments that got shut down a while back. Originium mutation experimentation. Calcit's cleared us to access all relevant files before we enter Trimonts. The Diabolic Crisis, Loken Water Tank, the Lumberyard. Each name means something to one of our Rhodes Island operators, and behind their fronts, ties to hundreds of similar experiments. Most of these experiments have involved Originium's mutative effects on living being cells, and each one has been incredibly dangerous. In Colombia, More often than not, tech giants like Rhinelab aren't going to participate directly in such high-risk experiments. They'll have smaller scale organizations carry them out on their behalf, hire a pioneer team, construct a suitable site out in the wasteland fringes of the city to execute their experimental work. In this case, Talapsis is at Site 359, which is one of those. I remember your previous work experience. Work? I'm not gracing my time there with the word work. Those megacorps plagiarized what I created and applied it all in places it wasn't meant to be. See that billboard? Almost about 50 meters out? Volvort's Koczynski's automatic popcornatron for the home faster, sweeter every time. I still have the prototype sketch for its energy core on my terminal. It was supposed to be used in automatic wasteland road cleaners at first, but my manager decided it'd never sell as a product. He says, what kind of HR company's spending on better equipment for pioneers? Brought my mind to Rhodes Island after that. Our course clear team in engineering's using the very latest model. I've long seen it coming, be it Volvort Koczynski or Rhinelab. In the end, all these so-called tech firms are going to be destroyed by their own creations. Because they've never respected the creations themselves. What if Muzai got killed by her very own experiments? That one. Was that a laugh line, Doctor? Because what you said isn't sci-fi flick material or a dumb joke. Chances are it's tomorrow's news. I don't remember who Logos is. Now I get why Closure admires and fears you. You mean her occasional stints at target practice for my new weapons? She can stop interrupting my work with her ridiculous ideas, and then she won't need to fear me. Done processing the intel, Doctor. This is as much useful info as we have for now. I've already set the most important files to top priority on lookup. You can read them via PRTS at any time. Yeah, I know Diabolic Crisis is different because I watched the YouTube video. I watched the trailer for the Diabolic Crisis. The only person who dislikes Closure is the only person that knows how to beat the shit. Yeah, fair. Any more news? Talapsis' logs haven't been updated past this point. Device 9's data transmission should be more stable ever since Mayor adjusted it. So unless something physically happened to Talapsis, fingers crossed Silence and Gray find her ASAP. Silence will notify us of any developments at the site as they happen. AC Chan 4946. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Mechanist is a true Chad. That is true. Zarya's copied the info. She'll be rendezvousing with us in an hour. Doctor, any other proposals for the time we have left? Go to where Muzai hit trouble. Take a look. I'm a mechanist. I'm no detective's assistant. And I'm just an Iridium researcher. You're the only one I can count on, mechanist. Alright, Doctor. In that case, we move now. Here's hoping I'm back on the landship by tomorrow, at my beloved workbench. "6:47 p.m. Overcast. Test site 359, observation station, Trimount's outskirts. Mary. That is an interesting helmet you have there, man. Nice crossbow. Anything new with the people on site? Nothing, officer. You shot word to your director Clooney or whatever at Ryan, right? When exactly will he be here? Director Clooney is in a meeting right now. Meeting? You're telling me he's still in the meeting? What kind of meeting's more important than his employees' lives? Damn it. Give me those binoculars. Okay. You don't think those pioneers are gonna follow us through, do you? Let me tell you, they will. Push them enough, and they'll do any frickin' thing. Hey, it's Gray in Silence. So you mean our colleagues at the site could be in mortal danger? Who are you? Olivia Silence, Rhine Lab researcher and Rhodes Island Pharmaceuticals partnered medic operator. This is my colleague from Rhodes Island, Mr. Gray with the engineering department. Hello, I'm a Rhodes Island electrical engineer, but I'm still interning. Rhodes Island? What kind of useless crap does that company do? Forget it. Save the explanation. One day passes and Trimonts and a barge of fresh company names unloads out of the sewers. Yeah, we don't do more than just one thing. We kind of do everything at this point. You're Ryan Lab, right? Got any pull in the office? Pull? Ma'am, I'm not too sure what you mean. Forget it. I knew you wouldn't be in charge. You struck me as one of those eggheads swimming in books types, like the hostages they've got. You guys and those guys might as well live on different planets. I heard they were the pioneers working at the site. Pioneers. The name rings too nice for anything except billboards. I don't know better than anyone what kind of people they are. Convicts, gamblers, infected, who can't stick the medical feeds. Nothing to lose by the time they went out to the waste. Excuse me, could we try and talk to them? You might have realized already, but Dr. Silence and I are both infected. We're in a place to understand their situation. Rhine Lab makes stupid cash, doesn't it? So does so does Rhodes Island or whatever. You've got these, let's say, well-intentioned companies paying your insurance premiums. That's the key thing. That's why you can shut up about understanding them. Premiums? Which part exactly is... It's the way things work here in Columbia. A policy aimed at infected. Ma'am, please trust us. Rhodes Island is a pharmaceutical corporation dedicated to addressing infected issues. Addressing issues? If I gave you a crossbow and told you to square away those kidnappers from here, would you do it? I couldn't. I'm a doctor. What about him? Me? No. I don't think we've reached the point where we have to resort to violence. Then it looks to me like you two can't help much at all. No sign of anyone coming, sir. They're playing it cool. So you think the megacorps might not care if their hires die? What with those two being infected and all? Don't give me that. Infected aren't subhuman or nothing. At the very least, we don't want to treat each other like that. Alright. Said that on the Pioneer recruitment ads, too. Well, count our lucky stars, the ads aren't all lies then. Would you kindly drop the communicator, Dr. Yerbicka? He said drop it. No funny business. Alright. I'm putting it down. Please don't hurt us. Sir, she was sending messages. Bring me those comms, Sam. Only half type. Only half typed. Didn't get to send anything yet. These are our exact coordinates. You want them to send a drone in or something? Let me give you another idea. Change this to an SOS. Send it to your tutor, your manager, whoever. Tell them I'm waiting and my patience is running out. What exactly are you after? Well, that's wicked simple, Doctor. Me and my friends here, we all just want to leave this place alive. That's all. Ferdinand. Dr. Clooney, I see. Director, finally, you're back. Can you spare a moment? You're Ben. Ben from Structural. Bullshit, we don't know who it is. It's right there! It says it right there! You remember my name. Call me Ferdinand. 9-hole directors at Rhinelab and all. Sir, Ferdinand. My next meeting is in 10 minutes. I can spare you 7 of those. Alright. Thank you. Sir, do you know where control is right now? I've got Structural's application for equipment purchases here. Control was supposed to give us an answer 3 days ago, but we haven't heard anything from her. Structural's having to suspend a lot of his experiments right now. Give me the form. Alright. Go procure. Did you just sign? The handbook says large-scale equipment purchases this expensive have to go through control. How long have you been with Rhinelab? Just a couple months? Yes, sir. I reported in a month ago. See this site in front of you. Huh? Isn't it monumental? 15 years ago, this place was still a wasteland. Not even a single nomadic plate yet. You wouldn't see Rhinelab on a fold-out of tri-mounts back in those days. Meet Parvis for tea, if get the chance. You've got a lot to learn, Ben, and you won't find it in your handbook. Alright, got it, sir. Well, look at that. I still have 4 minutes left. Not often you call me when it's light out, Ferdinand. I see what you mean by odd names. And while it's on screen, I'm going to type it into my phone and see what comes up. I won't go any further than... I won't go finding, like, spoilers or anything. I just want to see if it pops up like some sort of creature when I look it up. So her name means yesterday in Yucatec Mayan. And it's based on the feathered serpent in Mesoamerican mythologies. or the Aztec Quetzalcoatl, and the Mayan Kukulkan. So she's basically a feathered serpent. Yeah, a Quetzalcoatl or Kukulkan. And her name means yesterday. So, not a snake, but I'm gonna go with Quetzalcoatl. But we can also just say she's a feathered serpent. Are you done with everything I asked? Mm-hmm. At least 3 empty seats for Rhine Lab's directors meeting today? No, that's not enough. Oh? Which director's next? Are you finally fed up with the old goat behind the chimeric organism experiments? Or do you want the dreamer at the test site to never come back? Word is Rhodes Island's people went to the site. The experiment's almost complete. I don't want anyone getting in the way before it's done. Understood? You want me on site? No, no need for that. How cruel. Your assistant's one of the hostages, isn't she? I saw that Elena girl once. She's as pretty as she is hardworking. I had a feeling you'd like her. She's with energy. She can wrangle the pioneers. You keep an eye on developments in the city. It's unlikely Rhodes Island would only send 2 operators to the site. Don't forget, Sarya's had a line to them all this time. Oh, your defense director again? Sarya's already stalled our experiments long enough. Both the Colonel and I are running short of patience. Remember, they can't find anything this time. She's pretty, but she's like I can like I've seen the looks in her eyes, and that's too crazy for me. Liberi by classification, but Helliger and Arquetto are also birds. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're wrong. What do you mean you think I'm wrong? She definitely has a crazy look in her eyes every so often. I am not wrong about that. That is just factual. No. I'm not talking about what's in her eyes. I'm saying the look that she gives every so often. Like, she did it with Mule's eye. She had a crazy look in her eye. Not like what her eyes look like. No, I'm saying, like, the look that she gives off a crazy sense. And I don't like that. I don't remember. I'm not gonna go back and look. If we see her in the future, I will show you what I mean. This is the place, Doctor. The last message we got from Sarya was sent from this alley. Right by the commercial sector. That's the exact sector she was in. She was waiting for Mule's Eye. They'd agreed to meet her at a specific time. Seems like Mule's Eye got chased here. If she wasn't being pursued, she'd never choose to set foot in this alley. No matter who it was, acting in the open streets would have obviously been too risky. Sorry I gave me a report on her once. Silence told me about her ability. Hmm. This is like two. This is like two sides of the same coin. I'm gonna go Saria. Right. Search complete. Ability to manipulate water molecules. Would that be energy conversion type or matter structuring type in terms of originating arts? No matter which principle it is, it's powerful at a glance. Water molecules. No flaws visible to the naked eye. Even more interesting. Experimental research folks and us mechanists are alike. Our powers of observation are usually razor keen. If it fooled even Silence and Mayer, then it's not your ordinary art's illusion. Strong self-preservation abilities. There's a couple of scorch marks on the ground. Not very wide range. Whoever did it, all signs pointed to some kind of technical equipment used to heat the air surrounding Muleseye. Considering her arts are heavily dependent on water molecules, her opponent must have known her very well. As well we do. You mean they might be a Rhine insider too? Doctor, watch out! It was almost well done there. That was an energy weapon. Shot from deep inside the alley. Enemy is only 30 meters from us, give or take. And getting closer. Doctor, you'll want to stay behind me. Defense system active. Think we're in an ambush? Doctor, I've never seen this model power armor before. It's new. Without testing, I can't tell you exactly how destructive any weapon hooked up to this could get. And by that, I mean we need a change of plans. Escape system active. Now get on my back. Hey, this isn't the first time we've been carried around. Also, yes, it does. Mm-hmm. Blocks one instance.
Yes, lift your voices. Sing.
Dorothy failed experiments.
I obey my own heart. What is it?
So they can be blocked.
You guys think you're worth? Let's charge! 逃がしはしません。I'm aware of what I'm doing. I've been waiting forever. What is it?
I will point it out when I see it. No, Utage doesn't have redeployment time down. At least not from what I've seen. Or remember. I can't believe it. I had signal interference active and everything. Even Closure's own latest drone gen couldn't detect our location. Pot 4 doesn't count. Potentials do not count. What sensory tech is this power armor using? It has to be trait or base kit or module. Those are the only three that I allow. Potentials do not count. Can you paralyze it? I don't want to draw attention. Hold on tight, Doctor. 10% power. Aim. Bingo. Clear damage to right arm plating detected. No reduction in speed. Showed no signs of slowing when hit either. Who's in that suit? Do they not feel pain? Damage to left arm. Damage to lower right leg. Doctor, it's not reacting to the damage at all. If we want to stop it, I'll need to paralyze its power core in one shot. Come on, this makes no sense. Even the most well-trained soldier wouldn't have this much tolerance. You're right. By mere fact of living, no individual can wholly suppress their most basic nervous responses. Now, who the fuck are you? Yeah, but... Is that Saria? I don't think it would be Saria. Oh, wait, no, that's definitely Saria. Never mind. A hand smashes through the power armor's core. Countless mechanical fragments burst out like fireworks, just as the blood of a fellow life form would. With no time to waste, that hand pulls out. That mecha fragment extracted by her sheer force turns into dust, together with the pure white plating covering her 5 digits. It all drifts down to the floor, where it forms a paper-thin calcium crystal layer. The power armor lies on the ground, the heat of its energy snuffed, a clean hole left through its torso. You pierce that power armor's core barehanded? That's a might of mights, and definitely a lot quieter than my defensive cannon. Doctor, looks like the Bureau of Originium, whatever, won't be taking us in for attempted bombing today. I do not miss Columbia in jail even a little bit. And I do not want a new criminal record for Rhodes Island. I'm gonna go with this one. Because if I remember right, the mountain event was definitely Colombian. Of course it's Saria. Yeah, he just carries an energy cannon with him. Look, this isn't the weirdest thing I've seen. An energy cannon just carried remotely is not the weirdest thing that we can see in Rhodes Island. But no, I do not miss Colombian jail. At all. Thanks for that, Saria. No need, Doctor. Mechanist. I'm the one getting Rhodes Island involved in Ryan's internal affairs. I have a duty to ensure you don't come to any harm. Ferdinand was right on the money. Rhodes Island's people have already found Saria. Should we maintain pursuit, ma'am? If I stuffed you inside that power armor just now, do you think you'd survive? Relax. Just a hypothetical. Ma'am, no matter how powerful Saria is, there's only 3 of them. We've got them way outnumbered and outgunned with our secret weapon. Underestimate the enemy at your own peril. Oh, fuck. Haven't you been around Brine Lab enough to learn? The punier a scientist looks, the harder she might just pulverize you. You mean that mechanist? Or the professor-looking one with the hidden face? They can't be stronger than Ryan's defense director, right? Rhodes Island. They've got talent for days. Right there. That's the look I'm talking about. That is crazy look. Yeah. Oh. No. I'm talking about her. I was talking about her. Of course I wouldn't talk about her. Ask Jean. She's so adorable and she smiles for days. No, I'm talking about the one who's actually on the other side. Yes, of course. She obviously is that sort of person. That's why I'm like, she's pretty, but she's crazy, and I don't like crazy. She is a precious lady. That's why Astine is so... she's precious. Astine is precious. Her, on the other hand, is another story entirely. But this is who I was talking about. And it gets worse, too. Let's go. I'm in love with that hypothetical just now, and I've got a few new ideas I want to try out. There's only one crazy lady I like, and that's Lapland, and that will never change. Lapland is the only crazy girl I like. Because she's not your typical crazy. She's not W crazy. She's not even purposely crazy. Her craziness is because of her apathy. Her apathy caused her to be like that. Or at least it shot it into the ceiling. She might have been crazy before that, but her apathy shot it up even more. It's because of her apathy that she's obsessed with Texas. You never know. I might continue reading. Good evening, Colonel. Clooney, give me a rundown of what's going on at the site. Just a minor boat rocking. You know how hard it is for pioneers to be satisfied, no matter how generous you get with their terms. Initiative is their strong point, and it forms the basis of Columbia's endless expansion, but sometimes it carries with it a little hassle. So it's hassle. Unhassle it then. I want to see the results you promised, not Rhine-labbing the gossip rags. Remember, you aren't the only tech company in Columbia. Understood. Rest assured, Colonel. Ryan Lab's products will not let you down. Sir. Got a whole crew wanting out of this now. They say your plan's hopeless, that nobody's gonna listen to us. We can try everything we want. We'll never get our voices out. They're also asking who cares what Ryan Lab's up to. Like, we just need to get this work done sooner. Get our money, move on to the next place and keep going. As for the guys who went missing, well, their luck just ran out. The pioneer teams out in the deep waste see a lot more dead every year than we do anyway. I get it. Tell them to just hold on a little longer. I'll bring our people back. So what's your plan? I'm gonna head out for a bit. Out? Isn't that too dangerous? If the cops sent sharpshooters, they might just be waiting for you to come out. Sounds like a good deal to me. What? You're keeping your head together, right? A police sharpshooter, right? Might just be an old friend of mine. Crack shot with a crossbow. If this is how it's gotta be, then not gonna hurt too bad. Sonny. Dr. Rebecca? Doc Moore? I need to come out for a walk. Hey, there she is. I forgot that's her normal outfit, honestly, because I keep using the other one.
Bro.
Well, I keep seeing her in her E2, which doesn't show much of the orange. It's more blue and white.
Okay.
You can drop the pretense. Do we have a choice here? Afraid not. Keep your chin up. Once the folks outside get to see the real score, or get to see the score, maybe they'll change their minds. Open up to taking our demands seriously. Officer, we got movement. Drones, prepare to fire. No, hold your fire. Officer? We can't hurt the hostages. You, Dr. Silence over there. Over here. Is there a development, ma'am? Take a look through the binoculars. Are those two your colleagues from, behind the Pioneer? She knows Sonny. That's his friend, alright. Our old friend.
Dude, it's just Makima from Chainsaw Man.
I see the resemblance. But that would mean she's before Machina.
No. Chainsaw Man came out in like 3 years ago.
Oh, well. Was the manga in color?
No, but there were colored pages with Makima's hair on it.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll let it slide. Sir, the comm lit up. Give it. Knew it'd be you. I could say the same thing. You made rank, right? Didn't get the chance to congratulate you. Who knew you'd stay at that precinct so long? You keep getting all this hassle from the frontier. And I never thought you'd ended up so depraved. You still remember any of the classes you took? Your law courses? You still remember the shit you said to me the day I joined the force? That's great. We'll be partners again. It'll just be like all those games they played as kids. We'll protect Columbia's peace, bring the bad guys to justice. How's that irony? You're bad guy number one right here and now. Mary. What's all that crap your boys are holding? Homemade weapons? Drop those things before you embarrass yourselves anymore. You degraded yourself this far, but you still have an option. One final option. Let those two innocent ladies next to you go. No. That's not in the cards for now. Damn it, you're inching over the cliff here. Sure, the government lets a criminal join the pioneers if he doesn't want to do hard time. But if you break the law again out on the frontier, what charges does that buy you? Answer me, counsel. Don't call me by that, Mary. I'm begging you. You're trying to guilt trip me. Yeah, I feel guilty now. Guilty I let you go when you broke into my house. I should have hauled your ass straight to the station. That was a long time ago. I mean, I'm sorry. I've always been sorry about that. But this time, I have a reason for doing all this. You have to hear me out. Please. Sir. What? The doc. Doc Moore? Oh. She changed a bit. Her eyes are wide open. Oh. Configuration error. Entering power save mode. Oh shoot. Joyce. What's happening to her, Doctor? You can tell she's having an attack. What? Is it erypathy? Come on, I got her. There's drugs for her, right? I can't do injections. Come on, she looks like hell. I got this first aid treatment band Ryan gave us. This is something for erypathy flare-ups, right? I'll put it on her. You're willing to give your own emergency care device to Joyce? If you hand her that band, your odds of survival go down significantly on the off chance you get a sudden attack. The doc's been good to us all this time. I don't want anything to happen to her. You say as the ones who kidnapped me and Joyce. We never wanted to do you dirty. I'm sorry. We're just a bunch of selfish nobodies. Are the comms still going? Ma'am, would you mind giving me permission to talk to the pioneers? The Liberi experiencing an attack is my colleague and my good friend. And more important still, I am her attending physician. I want to gather her situation from the pioneers. Judging by their reactions, they clearly aren't unconcerned for her. Go nuts. But you don't have much time. I just got orders from on high. If the pioneers refuse to cooperate for another 10 minutes, we'll cut all comms to the test site, along with all power to the living quarters. You'll cut the electricity? Day-night temperature swings are massive in the Barrens. They'll be freezing by midnight. And there's several late-stage erypathy patients among the pioneers. They need medical facilities to live. I know. What makes this a warning. They need to know how serious Ryan and the police are here. All their protests and demands have to be founded on a legal basis. Once they take the criminal route, nobody's going to hear them out. But aren't you friends with that pioneer leader? Friends? The moment he abandoned himself, there was nothing left to say. How is she? Real-time blood crystal densities dropping. Eye movement indices are still highly irregular. Eye movement in due to Erypathy's focus lying in her brain. Any fluctuation in her condition will impact her nervous system, cause her to fall into a deep sleep, and go so far as to trigger epileptic attacks. Huh? Who's there? The comms are still open. Hello, sir. I'm Joyce Moore's intending physician. My name is Silence. Doc Silence. Firstly, I'd like to offer you my thanks. Joyce's condition has only stabilized so quickly with your aid, and of the other pioneers. You're gonna thank us kidnappers, huh? In return, and please trust me when I say this, we really, truly wish to assist you. We still have 5 minutes before your comms and power to your living quarters are simultaneously cut. Sir, we've got a blackout. It seems they've acted ahead of schedule. Don't sweat it. I gotta appreciate you being willing to warn us. I gathered from Ma'am Mary that you'd like a dialogue with Rhine Lab's upper management. Can I ask why that is? I want to beg them to stop the experiments they're doing here. To what? You're a good doc, same as Doc Moore here, but something tells me stopping a project this big is out of your hands. Can you tell the Ryan Lab boss that this experiment is seriously wicked dangerous? Sir, do you have any proof? Even if I did, would you believe me? A lone pioneer at the end of his rope. Officer, we're all set. We can cut the science comms at any time. Wait for Doc Silence to finish. But the director's demanding immediate... Sorry, what police rank does your director hold? Remind me. Tell frickin' Ferdinand that saving people is my job. I'm not taking him on a ride-along here. The director's been in contact with the commissioner, officer. They drew up this plan together. Director Ferdinand? I never imagined defense would fall under Energy's purview. If Ferdinand feels that structural is his to rule too, then I would not mind resigning from Rhine Lab, effective immediately. As soon as she learns, it's just like, nope, I'm out. See ya, I quit. Not dealing with Ferdinand, fuck that. And she dropped. Joyce! Joyce! Is she asleep? She's lost consciousness. If we don't get her treatment in time, she'll experience brain death before long. Sir, I am preparing to enter the site now. I understand your concerns, so would like to reassure you. I will not be carrying any weapons. Don't do anything stupid, Doctor. I know full well what I am doing. Sir, I will not allow any police officers, nor defense personnel, to follow me. Researcher Silence, I will report your conduct to the director. Director Parvis. I am entering test site 359 under my status as a Rhode Island operator. Me too. And my electrical engineering colleague will accompany me. Hey, she smiled. We'll provide medical services, free of charge, to the uropathy patients on site. Not just for my friend, but for all of you. I do not care what choices Rhinelab makes in the wake of this. I only know this. Treating the infected is constant to the Rhode Island Code of Conduct. Damn right.
It is over. Victory is not sweet, as conflict always leaves an aftertaste.
Jesus Christ. It is being controlled. The blood of technology flows into its veins. Almost 2 hours and you're... Oh, well, I did go eat food. Do you remember I went to go eat food? I'm also reading aloud, so it takes longer. And we've also had a lot of discussion between the two of us. Like, right now, you're stopping me from reading. Back to it. Sir, your insurance premiums for the month. That's a lot. I mean, I just paid a few days ago. And we can only cover your prescription drug costs for the rest of the month. And the policy means you'll need to get a physical at the designated healthcare facility before the first of the month. They still haven't given me my loan. I've been trying, damn it. If they just take my parents' deli as collateral, we'll be fine. Sir, the payment is due tomorrow. If you can't pay your premiums on time, then you definitely can't afford follow-up treatment. Considering your health and social issues around it, your only option would be to move to an infected treatment zone next month. Infected treatment zone? Yes. Don't worry. You'll enjoy even deeper discounts on healthcare there. No, I don't want to... Going in there... That's a dead end. My life would be over. Yep. The American moment. Sir? Miss Sunny? Or Mr. Sunny? Are you feeling alright? I heard how hard you were breathing. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. I came here with Dr. Silence, and your men checked us over. We're not carrying any dangerous weapons. Sorry, force of habit. No need to apologize. I understand. It's always hard when the darkness creeps in. Could you come a little closer? Body heat makes things much warmer. You won't go numb this way, even if you've got to sleep. Where's the others? Dr. Silent's medical drone installation has an emergency power source. She's inside the building right now giving Telopsis a health checkup, and Miss Elena's with them too. Sam's. He's followed your plan. He's got all the pioneers and poorer health together in there. On it. Let me ask you a favor. Don't tell Sam or anyone how I understand. You're their leader. If they thought your strength wasn't holding up at such a key moment, you could lose control of the pioneer team. I'm not trying to say your team isn't united enough, but the darkness usually has a way of pushing on variables. You've got a mile of experience. I'm a Bolivarian. Blackouts were pretty common back in the city I'm from. Bolivar. There's a war there. We never had an easy guess for the fires of where the fires of war would stall out back home. Must have been hard for you getting yourself out of there. I mean, it was all thanks to my colleagues. The way I see it, you and your pioneer team are even more amazing. Me? Amazing? Why are you laughing? So those stupid company ads make it all the way down to Bolivar. No, I don't mean like that. No matter how you look at it, you got here by your own 2 feet. And the ones who came before you, the immigrants from Victoria, Gaul, and Bolivar, it's their footprints all together that lit up these wilds. You got away with words. I'm just telling it like it is. I'd always wanted to see what the famous Colombian frontier was like. Well, you're disappointed? Might be more desolate than your hometown here. No, Mr. Sunny. I think I've learned a lot. For example, the way your power lines are designed really is economical and efficient, just as Mechanist described. Officer, the vehicle's ready. Make sure you've got the right equipment. I saw them with handmade crossbows. Let it get a little darker, then send a few drones ahead to the Pioneer living quarters. Confirm the position of every hostage and bandit. We follow behind and look for a good opportunity to bust in. Then, what about Researcher Silence and that Rhode Island operator? What are you going for here? I'm not sure which side they're on. Is that how you Rhine Labbers work? You gotta pick a side first no matter what you're doing? We just want to ensure all problems are resolved. That's what we do in defense, officer. And what I do is help people. Listen, I don't care what you guys want to do. My advice is to make sure you don't get in the way of my job either. So you're saying it's Rhode Islanders who saved you? Rhode Island didn't just save my life in the accident. They gave me the chance to continue my education. I'm where I am today because Rhode Island changed my life. What a nice company. Any other time and place, I would have thought you were running a recruitment drive. Mr. Sunny, if you do have an interest, you can absolutely send your CV to Rhode Island. Me, a pioneer, and looking like a kidnapper now, handing my CV to a company as fine as you're talking about? Pretty funny joke there. Humble yourself all you want, but I can still tell how much potential you got as an engineer. Look, Sonny, don't worry about that. We literally have a terrorist on our team. A mercenary. I don't know if we can call her a terrorist, but we also have fucking deities on our team. We have God on our side. Yeah. We have a few gods, honestly. We have CEO of a company. We have fucking W who's crazy and throws explosives everywhere. We have a 14 to 18-year-old Amia who's our literal leader. The heir to the Victorian throne, the Sarkaz King, former head of Lungmen Police, fucking... We got a guy who is from the opera. Uh, we have a leader of a tribe. We have an electrical explosion. God damn it, Doki. Yeah, we have an electrical explosion. We have what people call a catastrophe in and of herself. We have Calcit in her spine. Cthulhu. We have Mizuki, who fucking eats the people, assumedly. I know. But normal Scotty is the one that we actually have, because Scotty Alter isn't canon. So we have the walking catastrophe, not Cthulhu. Technically. We even have Saria, who is the fucking CEO of the defense branch of Rhine Labs. Dude, I don't think you have to worry. You kidnapping someone is the least of our worries. Not to mention your 3 ladies in there. They're all infected. And they still got hired by Rhine Lab. Do you know how tough that is? Look, Rhine Lab is Rhine Lab is something else, but Rhodes Island, most of them are infected. Believe you me. Yeah, they definitely are outstanding. No, not just outstanding. They're 1 in a million, top of their fields. You got so many infected each year, and only the tiniest number of talents ever get pardoned. For Rhodes Island. Tell him, Gray. Yeah, Mr. Gray. You want to tell me Rhodes Island never gives terms that harsh when it saves people. See? At least you understand. Even if I was willing to believe you, believe your special kind of faith in the company that saved your life, believe it was ready to go against its own nature, its self-interest, and treat an infected fair and square, you still can't tell me you're not lucky to be one of the chosen ones. And the saps left over, they get round up to sit and wait until they drown in the mud. Their only other chance is to try taking a few steps, face up to bigger danger, and go looking for the tiniest place where, just for a moment, they can rest their feet. Them and me, we're all in the same boat. No soul to save us. Can't even save ourselves. Well, yeah, we can't have everyone on the ship. But not everyone's on the ship 24/7. Sorry, I wasn't even on the ship. Olivia, do you really think this is going to help? Joyce's brain activity indicators have stabilized somewhat. I've administered some intravenous nervous depressants. That used to be a routine treatment method. The effect isn't especially ideal in this case, but Could her attack have had some other trigger? Isn't she still in serious danger either way? Yes. As long as we can't treat the cause, she needs a better care environment. That's great, but I'm not even asking about Joy's condition. You let Gray and the Pioneer leader go on patrol together. That wasn't my decision. It was Gray's own idea. You're the captain. I haven't spent as much time on the Rhodes Island landship as you two have, but I know how the company works, Olivia. I'm not trying to criticize you, but if Gray runs into trouble, or we're held up treating Joyce, you won't forgive yourself. Do you believe Sonny would more easily trust Gray, or us? Is there a difference? I recall you were unfortunate enough to catch Eurypathy in a testing accident at Rhine headquarters. Yes. Did it cross your mind at the time that you might never be able to do research again? Of course it did. But the boss, Ferdinand, sent a new contact right out, extending the 3 years to 10 and giving me a 30% raise. You were Employee of the Year. Yeah, not much of a consolation prize, right? All the time I was getting treated at Rhodes Island, I ended up writing the director 3 entire conference papers. I understand your perspective. I am more or less the same. I'm far less purely optimistic than you. I've worried about the future, and following from that, I was thankful to Parvis and Rhinelab for a time. But I've never doubted my own abilities, nor what they could do for Rhinelab in return. For us, Eurypathy is a challenge to overcome. It's not going to gnaw our entire lives away. And that's why Gray can do what we can't. Mr. Sonny, I'd like to point out, there's a kind of contradiction in what you're saying. For real? You say that the pioneers risk it all in search of the next place to rest their feet. So how do you know we're not about to come across a way out? Sir, the building. The power's back. What the hell? Wait, you son of a gun. That's what you were doing the whole time you were talking to me? Mr. Sonny, if I hadn't run out into the darkness back then, I wouldn't ever have met the Rhodes Islanders who came before me, carrying the light. Trust me, sometimes taking one more step really does mean something. Even if I'm already standing on the brink. Even if you've already jumped off. We've seen you reaching out your hand. You're crying out to us for help. So we'll do everything we can to catch you. No matter what you've been through, it's far from time to give up yet. Hey, you go, Gray. Save us from ourselves. Yeah. We've got power. Did Gray do it? That's a relief. Joyce is showing a reaction to the light. Trust you to be so focused, even now. Ladies? Why are you back alone? Where's Gray? This is the only place with power right now. He's making for the other quarters. You don't trust me, do you? Stay back. Elena? Olivia, you said he wouldn't trust us, but I have even less grounds to trust him. He tricked me and Joyce into coming here, and I've kept quiet on this whole time. I saw more of them surrounding the labs. All of those pioneers are armed. It's not what you think. What do I think, huh? You said you didn't want to do anyone dirty. You mean you forgot how Dorothy's been treating you all? You're going to hurt her for your own selfish ends. Is that... Did you pull an alarm? I've been planning to for a long time. I'm sure the police and my defense colleagues are already on the way. They won't need any drones to pin our positions now. No, why'd you do it? It was going so well. Much thanks to Gray for this. So that's why he got the power back on. Don't project your own gloomy mind on him. Gray really does want to help you, just like Dorothy and Joyce do. Out of respect for them, I'll consider letting you off the hook. Sir, whatever plans you had before, give them up before it's too late. Are the drones out? Not yet. Our people are waiting for your order. Then tell me, what the hell is that thing shining above the site? So close. It'll all be good soon. That's some goddamn beautiful light. Is it? Thank you. Got me feeling thawed out some even, working with you here. Just that bit left in front now, right? We'll show those megacorpers. Cut whatever you want to us. We won't take it sitting down. Not while we've got our own two hands to get things done. Wait, something's wrong. Hold on a sec. What is it? Don't go any further. That light isn't my arts. Doc silence. I'd like to ask this one more time. Are you really willing to trust a pioneer? I'm a doctor and a researcher. I'm like my colleagues, in that I trust the truth. What's the deal outside? What are they all running for? Did you... No, not on my orders. Get away from me, you bastard. Shit. The police are probably here to rescue us. No, stay in here. What the hell is wrong with you now? My guess is that thing's come again. What thing? Well, the truth I wanted to tell you about. Elena, keep away from the door. Sir, gotta watch out. Has he been hurt? Or is he having an attack? Stay away from him. Your teammate is clearly in need of assistance. Watch what's behind him. An irregularly shaped object hangs in the air. Its surface is exceptionally glossy, issuing gentle silver rays all about, and it hovers faintly up and down at this moment, as if following some sort of breathing pattern. After rising up behind the pioneer, about 3 seconds pass where it hangs in the air. Then immediately, it slowly rotates its own body, as if curiously assessing every human at the scene. It's... Run! Oh boy. Oh.
頭使うのめんどくさいな。やっぱりドクターの指示に従うよ。
I obey my own heart. What is it? What is it?
Don't you dare go down! Let's charge! 簡単だ。
The actors are all puppets of the script. So, let us sink into the night.
I'm aware of what I'm doing. 逃がしはしません。
速さで行く。見せてあげよう。相当八山砲の真髄を。
I'm listening.
お役に立てそうの程度の数で。私にノリノリの曲で行くよ。単独行動に慣れてるの？
I know what it is I want.
I come from the shadows.
君です。早く。
What do you mean by Scotty? Yep. I have that module on her for a reason. Because she and Schwartz are my biggest damage dealers on this team. I have no arts damage, so resist and defense do not matter to me. I just do damage. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting that. Up until I saw Saria do it. Rest assured, I have no intention of going back to prison either. Yeah, you know it. That makes cleaning up the scene of the crime here a lot easier. After all, I'm a mechanist. Won't take much time to pull a machine apart. But I'm wondering, how did you know it was empty inside? I sparred with this power suit a few times before. You've been hunted by them too? In a sense. It could be the other way around, honestly. Sorry, it's just so strong. If they're showing up here, that goes to show someone really doesn't want us tracking Mule's Eye's whereabouts. Who's that someone going to be? There are many possibilities. I don't contact Mule's Eye much. I only know she was participating in some Rhine lab-headed secret experiment before she disappeared. Considering I left Rhine long ago, her divulging as much to me already violated her NDA. Does Rhine Defense dispatch cutting-edge weapons? Oh, dispatch cutting-edge weapons to eliminate info-leaking employees? Got it. That's a non-disclosure too. Rhodes Island sure is a friendly enterprise, isn't it, Doctor? How else did we get either of you? Mule's-Eye isn't an ordinary Rhinelab employee. If they can drive her to the edge, their professionalism has to be on par with mine. This model of power armor made a showing in certain mercenary groups about half a year ago. Neither its defensive material nor its equipped weaponry are outstanding. All in all, it's comparable to military-manufactured power armor from 5 years ago. Save from one very notable point. Doesn't demand anything from its user. Anything. How low do the requirements go? Any being whose psychological parameters can maintain a standard exercise state satisfies the requirements. I can, you can, and the doctor can. Even I can? I can become an operator. I'm kind of dying to try. You won't like the feeling of it, Doctor. I can guarantee you. Only crack troops used to be able to wear power armor. Picture controlling that giant contraption for extended periods of fighting and not drowning in your own vomit in the process. It genuinely wasn't something anyone could do without training. As Durnar, she'll tell you. She says she's wore it one time ever, and it made her want to quit the military right then and there. I imagine these intervening years have been enough for them to iterate the technology a couple dozen times over. There's no shortage of vets among the mercenaries. But for anyone to wear it, that's an invention that might change how whole wars are fought. Similar power armors are only out there in extremely low numbers, which makes it obvious this tech was only in its prototype phase. I'm on the trail of its source right now. Getting leads isn't a cakewalk, as with so many other experimental weapons. This power armor is extremely advanced tech, right? The mercs may not be clients. In the eyes of the people who order this stuff, mercenaries and these latest power suits are interchangeable. It's only experimental. The edge projected from nomadic cities is often the boundary where the rules of civilization no longer apply. The mercenaries active in the barrens, same as the pioneers, are the most convenient test subjects. Even if an experiment fails, and they're disposed of, hardly anyone is going to pursue their whereabouts. And soon enough, the next batch of test subjects gets funneled in. Don't any of them fight it? No point in fighting it. The mercenaries are fully aware the new weapons in their hands could explode, but they could also be stronger than whatever their opponents are wielding. Legally, these mutually consenting deals are on the verge of compliance. Mr. Mechanist, have you discovered anything new? Something feels off. Something felt off from the very beginning. Nobody in the power armor. How did I not tell that at a glance? The mercs could be remote controlling it from a distance, or maybe they set it up with automated programming. But no matter what, there'd be distinct patterns in its behavior. Like Lancet 2 and 3, or Lancet 2 and Castle 3. Obviously, they're not that flexible. Even the highest grade of automation out of the newest crop of Rhode Island's R&D weaponry wouldn't escape my eyes. You want me to believe that bunch of dumb army-funded mechanists could pull it off? What are you doing? Severing the power armor's central nerves. There's something dripping out of those tubes. A silver liquid. What is this substance? Maybe it's the answer to your question. Hey, we're back over here. Another interesting going on. Everything's interesting in this event. Did we get away? I haven't run this fast in a long time. What exactly was... It followed us? Get down. This isn't the same one as before. There are at least 10. Even more, actually. They've surrounded the living quarters. They're multiplying. Multiplying? Have you seen these things before? Explain. Dr. Eureka, shouldn't you be the one explaining? What the ever-loving hell do you mean? Move! This thing's too fast. I don't want it to imagine what happens if it touches you. Do you think we should head back inside? Better we don't. Why? That's the building we were in. Under invisible, massively powerful attack, the Pioneer's hut violently sways, the flimsy windows and doors shattering in quick succession. At practically the same time, the peculiar objects that were hanging in the air before fly straight at the room. Silver liquid oozes through the cracks in every frame at lightning speed. Just as a minute, creature would smell blood and dig fearlessly into its prey's wounds. But in the next instant, something that defies all comprehension, including the scientists, decides to take place. Did that building just disappear? No, it didn't disappear. It was disintegrated. What? Do you see those things floating in the air? You're trying to tell me that used to be part of the building? I fear that may be the entire building. Just as her voice falls silent, the fragments frozen in midair come falling down one after another. Cacophony, dust, detritus everywhere, like the restarting of a clock stopped by force, and everything that existed by all rights returns. Did I get hit by some kind of mind control arts? I mean, if not, then everything I just saw somehow violated every law of physics I know. It's the work of those silver liquids. They dispersed into innumerable minute individuals, dismantled and lifted away what was a section of that room, and then reassembled it. Like there were dozens of invisible hands? Sounds like you ladies are talking about ghosts. Wait, Telopsis. Shit, Joyce was just in that room. Don't tell me she got... Myers, you made it up too? Sir, I got Doc Moore out of there. Joyce! Thank God she's okay. His wounds aren't severe, but his endurance has been overtaxed. He urgently needs rest. We can't just hang around this place. None of the Pioneer quarters are safe anymore. Did you see that? I don't know what you're referring to. Knock it off. I know you're not that dumb. Did you not feel that tremor just now? Were those floaty things some new model of drone or something? You Reiners developed those yourself? Damn it! I can only tell you that we did not take any action against the site, on your orders. Who is your boss again? Ferdinand? Mr. Ferdinand Clooney is the director of Rhine Lab's Energy Section. I don't care how your company is structured. Give me your comm. I want to talk to him. Director Clooney is extremely busy. Then I'm gonna need you to pass along a message. Ask if he knows what a bastard he is. You tell him, Mary. You fucking tell him. Director, you have a message sent from observation at the site. Well, well. Also, your son appears to need you for something. Should I put him through? Same play. Tell him I'm busy. Right. Send the contents of Elena's most recent report to my terminal. On it, Director. How many times have I told you, don't call me Director? Ah, sorry, Mr. Clooney. Speaking of Elena, I gather you get along well with her. Brainstorm for me. What kind of present would she like? Olivia. I'm sorry. Treating the wounded pioneers has me occupied. Are you hurt? I'm fine. I don't have field experience like you do, but I can take care of myself at least. Even then, shouldn't we be evacuating ASAP? The whole site's in chaos. The pioneers are busy with themselves. We've got a good opportunity to escape. I'm positive the director got my message. He'll send people to fetch us. Once we meet back up with your colleagues at Defense, we'll be in perfect position to wipe out the threat to the site and save Dorothy. Maybe you're right. Maybe. But I can't do it. It's not in my power to leave these people for dead. Just now, they couldn't do it. Leave Joyce for dead. You saw. Doc silence. We still got a few casualties here. Drone. We're not going to last much longer if they keep this up. I've tried every way to attack it. No dice. The springs don't hurt, and they're impossible to break. We don't even got nowhere to hide. Sir, why are you telling them all this? They could be getting off on it. Whoa. That's taking it a little farther. That's a bit much, don't you think? These things above our heads are all mystery weapons sent out by the Fuzz and Megacore. They want us trapped in this test site forever. Sam, lay off that for now. Everyone, I've got an idea. Gray, do you have some kind of proposal? Take your time. You were running too fast. Be careful not to bruise yourself. I've noticed these objects seem to chase after light and human voices. Watch. They're following your art's light ball away into the air. It's only temporary. My arts aren't able to trick them for long. You've done all you can, and very well at that. Phototaxis. You brought up an interesting line of thought. Gray, can you assist in evacuating the nearby pioneers? They trust you. Move them somewhere dark, and tell them they need to be quiet. Sure, I know what to do. I've done work like this plenty of times with the senior operators. Dr. Silence, you and Miss Elena take care too. What about us then? Make some signs of movement. The larger the better. Has to cover the sounds of the other's footsteps at minimum. On it. Sam, call 5 or 6 guys over if you can. Take whatever gear makes the most noise. Are you seriously going along with them? You got a better idea? Whatever you say, boss. Draw every silver body to our location. So we act as bait. Then what? For now, stall as long as we can. And then come to the laboratories. That voice. Dorothy? Yes, it's me, Dorothy. I did a quick rig on the laboratory's PAs. I hope I didn't scare you. Are you alright? I'm completely safe. You don't need to worry about me. Laboratory buildings are sturdier, and they will help you resist the threat. Everyone, be you Pioneer Team friends or Rhine co-workers, the laboratory's doors are open to you.
Cheers, Doctor. You're a solid commander.
Oh, it's a tutorial. Look at that. R series power armor.
Welcome to the mechanic. Fun mechanic.
Absorbs nearby experimental products to recover SP. Activates when SP is full. You know, it's funny. I might not even be able to use it.
Well, see, no, you don't want them to be activated.
Oh.
Those are enemies. So they absorb the Dorothy's creations, and if once their SP bar is full, they activate and will start coming towards you and will become an enemy. You don't have to. If they're unactivated, you don't have to kill them to clear the stage. But if they are, they will count as an enemy that you have to kill to clear the stage.
I see.
So ideally, you don't want them to be activated.
Brian Tech's R series power armor is inactive. Be careful what the test subjects give them to me. I think that it's supposed to mean leave them to me. I assume you know this enemy is approaching from the other direction. Hard to not. When these subjects approach the power armor, they will be absorbed by the armor, charging its energy. Activate and initiate search and destroy protocols when fully charged. Power armor activated. Situation stable, requires operator assistance. It's another of a different model. More secrets.
Understood.
Ora, ora. 冷静に。
Down you go.
状況。
Down you go.
Oh. Definitely should have activated a little earlier.
Down you go.
ドクター、もも引かないよ。
That's okay. I think we got it.
Yeah, so big guys have a shit ton of health, so kind of keep that in mind. And you don't have a defender to tank those stuns. But you do have a fast redeploys. Yeah, look at that, yeah.
When power armors block the way in the hallways of the test site, the first step to starting research is to carefully observe and deal with test subjects along with anything that may cause a reaction. So it probably wants me to not let the power armors activate.
I mean, if you look at analyze, it says analyze right there, so I can just see what it is.
Oh, yep, okay. So, okay, they made it so much more easier than Twilight of Woolmond.
Oh yeah, they're just straight up telling you.
If you can't understand it, yeah.
Yeah.
Carefully, yeah. At least one of them, so one of them needs to be activated.
Yeah.
My voice is dying though.
Do you have water?
Even if I get water, it won't last very long. Maybe DV3 and that's it.
Perhaps just get more water.
That doesn't work like that though. Not with me.
Get a better throat then, dude.
I wish.
You gotta train your throat.
Look, I can sing for like hours, but reading takes it out of me.
And what it sounds like, it's a skill issue.
You're a skill issue.
No, I've already beaten the entire event. I do not have a skill issue. I'm just waiting for the X stages to open up. I beat the S stages too.
Wait, so one of them requires special, and this one just says do the mission after it.
Yeah.
Sleeping danger will eventually awake. Do not ignore it simply because it has not yet revealed itself. Ugh, there's 3 of them. I don't think there's anything I can do about this one.
No, well, so there's only one red box, and you can absolutely kill them before they get there.
Well, yeah, if they kill fast enough with the range tile.
Yeah, and it's also not always going to be the Dorothy's creations, because the regular Pioneer enemies are going to be coming as well.
Yeah, but they don't activate these.
Yeah, exactly. So for top lane, you can just, like, hope it's Pioneers.
Something tells me it's not just going to be Pioneers. This one's probably the one I'm going to let activate. And I'll just, like, hold out here or something.
Yeah, that one tile there is just like, it's the Manticore tile, or the music tile.
Yeah, this one. Yep.
So for meme purposes, I decided to bring music to it.
It could also be a Lee tile.
It's a no, but no, I wouldn't say so, because like Lee requires him to be blocking one enemy for it to really kick off. Remember, if he's blocking one person, then he pushes away everyone else, but he doesn't block anyone there.
It doesn't say anything about blocking.
Yeah, well, there needs to be, yeah, so if it says push it besides the current target. So like,
so they'll all be pushed. Whatever.
Yeah, into the guy.
Yeah, the one guy. Which I'm probably gonna deal with anyway.
Alright. Well, let's hope that you can handle it. Don't run out of DP from the stun.
Yeah, the problem will be Lee, being a merchant.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, hold on. Lee just doesn't get stunned.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Never mind, you're fine. You can just have Lee do it and just have him not care.
That was not on.
Hiyo.
And I can't do wild mains yet. 5%. Fuck. And Lee's, I've been focusing on other ones, so I haven't done his. Also 95%.
Just stick him in your control center.
ドクター、疲れた。
In your base.
Yeah, funny thing about that.
I like how you opened up the panel that'll let you access the base and you didn't click base. And you went here instead.
They're already in there.
You're almost there. It's very close. Don't forget to apply your trust.
Skirts? Nuh-uh. I don't wear them except for special days.
I forgot who that was.
Well, I don't have your stream audio up, so I don't hear myself, so I have no idea. But...
Skirts? I don't wear those except on special days.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure that's a new VA.
I have a mix.
Ooh, what's Dorothy's? Factory. For each Rhine Tech skill in the factory. Interesting. So the more Rhine
ここ
Rhine Labs people in there, the better.
Yeah, I usually put her with Silence and Lapsus in the factory.
Oh, what a noisy place.
All right, let's take a breather.
Yeah, やっぱりドクター君のそばが一番居心地がいいわ。ドクター、疲れた？
お客様、私に最高の笑顔を見せてくれませんか？どうも。行動呼び旅 A6 のスポットだ。
What's wrong? Your face is beet red. That's just how I say.
My name is Anakil. I'm a sniper from Laterana. Although I'm not yet certified to carry.
Have you done your regular dailies yet?
What do you mean?
Like you hadn't done your daily going into your base and getting all your friends' stuff and buying things from the credits. You hadn't done that yet?
Nope.
No. Gotta do that first. What are you saving up for? Of yellows?
You mean these?
No, like your yellow certificates, yeah.
The head hunting permits?
Yeah, you only need one.
258.
You buy them all at the same time?
Yeah, if you don't do that, it's pointless. Because then it resets.
Okay. I
Because
still make sure to get all the little ones.
that's just wasting at that point. Because
I-
this is 30 pulls.
What? Yeah, I know, but I usually get until phase 4.
No, I go all the way and then stop.
Yeah, I get until phase 4, like once a month, basically.
37 pulls for 258. I save.
It's far less frequent so.
I mean,
It's-
I want to finish off Honeyberry,
Okay.
but I'm also like saving Chip Catalyst as well.
Yeah. No, I just stopped. I have 3 of each. And I didn't feel like getting any more of them.
I need 4 for Texas Alter.
Wow.
Just there we go.
voices down low?
No, I only do Ian.
Why?
I said every one on Ian.
What if they don't have an Ian voice?
Then they're set to GP.
Why not just use... What, you don't want to use the Korean or the Chinese voices ever?
Not really.
Why not?
Cause I don't? Also, one of these days, I'll read all these.
Huh?
These things are just stacking up.
Yeah.
But I'm only gonna be doing that after, like, when there's a rerun going on, you know? When there's a rerun or a CC event, something that's not gonna kill my voice. Once I'm done with chapter 10, because I need to finish chapter 10 as well.
You had time to do that.
Well, I still have time to do that. I'll get it done before chapter 11 comes out.
Alright.
Yeah. Why does 40 seem so much? I thought it was around the 30s.
41.
Notifications.
I don't know. Mine is usually 0, so I don't know. Anything more than 0 is too much notification.
That's why. It's the AA modules.
Well, the marksman's never got theirs. Dude, Platinum's is really hard. Or at least, well, actually, it's probably not that hard. I just haven't felt like thinking about it.
Platinums?
Yeah.
Great Throat, Kill, Skull Shatter.
Yeah, that's not that hard. Yeah, Ashes to kill W, which was very funny. It was very easy and very funny. XCS is also
there we go,
easy.
38. That feels correct.
Why not just make it 0?
Because I don't want to forget which ones I haven't read.
Okay.
Probably last one for today, unless my throat feels better after doing the stage.
Okay.
What is the nature of Originium Arts? The Spire casters of Lithanian and the academians of Columbia each developed their own separate theories. Of course, both are simply packaging for the benefit of their respective adherents, regardless of any differences in terminology. The two theories describe the same relationships. Originium arts involve the caster exerting influence on external matter through a medium, i.e., an arts unit. The arts unit receives and encodes the caster's neural activity, releasing it as energy that interacts with matter or its component particles, resulting in the desired effect.
Aren't you glad that you're getting lore on how arts actually work?
Modern arts units are the product of advances in both theory and industry, with complex energy conversion circuits at their core. Clearly, not all Originium products are suited for this purpose. However, we cannot ignore how the infected are able to use an arts without an arts unit, using their infected organs to similar effect. We've all heard the terrifying rumors of Lithanian spire casters using one or more infected as a medium for casting, in effect turning them into massive energy conversion circuits. Of course, such blatant ethical violations would never be allowed in Columbia. What about safe, artificial implants that could serve the same purpose, though? Just as those who've lost their legs in accidents can walk again with prosthetics, or those born blind can see with cornea transplants. Those without the ability to use originium arts may one day harness the same power. Afiella can no longer be blind. Just kidding.
Wait, she's blind? Like canonically?
Yeah, she's blind.
I didn't know that. That's so sad.
Yeah, she's blind and deaf.
That's so sad.
It is. And she is very young.
I mean, yeah.
I'm seeing some shocked faces in the audience. Like you. Let me emphasize that this is all hypothetical for now. But I was invited here today by my alma mater to talk about the research that our institute is currently conducting. And ever since I was a student, I've wanted to do more for Columbia using Originium arts for everyone in this rapidly evolving society. Lathonian distributes social resources according to Originium arts assimilation. Here in Columbia, however, we believe that all men are created equal. Address to the Trimounts Institute of Technology by Loken Williams, founder of Loken Water Tank Laboratory. Hey, it's back to us. Composition analysis failed. Liquid does not match any known compound. Look. White crystals form at her fingertips, spreading to cover her entire hand and forearm. It is a scene that you just saw, and which is as familiar to you from combat reports as from your own experience. Calcification. Saria does not answer. Suddenly, she raises her hand, and you find her fist in front of your nose faster than you can blink. You hear the sound of mineral impacting metal, and know that mechanists block the attack for you. Before you can catch your breath, you feel something cold touch your neck. Saria's other hand never moved. But there is a calcified blade at your throat, nonetheless. You instinctively hold your breath. Explain yourself, Saria. This is the quickest way to explain it. My Originium arts reconstruct matter containing calcium at a molecular level. This is what you can call calcification. I can control the enamel formed this way using my mind, without the need to move. No radio signals or programs. They are like an extension of my limbs. Do you mean the power armor? A power armor is nothing more than a power armor. This silvery liquid is the key. It's the neurotransmitter of the power armor, linking the brainwaves of the operator to the machine. Like an arts unit? More than that, I should say. An intuitive explanation. Sorry if I've caused any discomfort. I would not have gone for the doctor's hand, were it not for that gesture to me. Good thing we know each other so well. There's someone I want to see. As far as I know, he's the first to actually use this prototype power armor. I would like you to come with Mechanist. The first one. You saw them go into a bar near the university? Yes, ma'am. All three of them. I can guess who it is Saria's looking for. We just saw him last week. Didn't he agree not to meet anyone from Ride Lab? Is Saria still Ryan? I don't think she knows the answer herself. Should we stop them? No. I'm curious how much Saria knows. It's about time we had a talk. And one more thing. Logan Williams is a graduate of the Trimonts Institute of Technology. Logan Williams? Who is that? I guess time really does fly. One accident, and everyone forgets the brightest star of the academia. Saria and the control of Rhine Lab went to the same school. Social gatherings in Columbia's tech sector are basically all TIT reunions. I wish I could have spent some time at that school myself. Let's go. Maybe it's not too late to join the fun. The last firebomb. Throw it far as you can. Here goes. With me. Get inside. We got everybody? Whew. Yes, sir. All present and accounted for. What about the monsters? Not yet. The flash's still burning. Looks like it's got their attention. Thank you, everyone. We have all the injured. What's next, Doc Silence? Sir, the door. It won't open. What the hell's going on? You locked that door, Doc? I've never been to this test site before. Dr. Rebecca? The lab doors are automatic. But it's locked. Doctor. What are you complaining about? Aren't you afraid of those silver constructs outside? How are we supposed to know if you're trying to keep them out or keep us in? Maybe you planned all of this. Are you joking? You're saying I somehow made you kidnap me? Watch it. You're our prisoner. Don't forget. Sam. You're the one who said these white coats are fooling us. No, be quiet for a sec. You hear it, Doc Silence? A rustle, like something slithering on the ground. Do not stop and do not look back. Push open the third door on your right. It opened. Do not be afraid. I will protect you. As always. Test results for the latest batch of transmitter? Yes, sir. In a laboratory environment, of course. A 1.7% increase in efficiency. A massive breakthrough in 1 month. Excellent work. Do you need more time? 10 days? 20? Sorry. Whoa. Come now, don't frighten the youths like that. No wonder the staff so fear the accolades of the director of energy. Come to boast about your people's skills, Parvis? Just passing through. Back to your lab now, poor little fellow. I'll keep your director company for a bit. Alright, okay. Thank you. So quick on his feet. Such as youth, eh? Gone in a flash. I don't see you outside your lab often, except for directors' meetings. What brings you here, exactly? Where do I even start? The brain doesn't spin so fast at my age. You were born with white hair, Caprine. Oh, now I remember. Do you know where Mule's Eye is? We made a bet. She wagered 10 boxes of black bean tea from hydroponics and ecological. A bet? 2 days ago, she told me that you were planning to rid Ferdinand Clooney's name of the director title. Sonny? Why did you stop? We can't do this. Do what? We can't follow that voice. The voice. You mean Director Franks? Sonny, Director Franks knows this lab better than anyone. Better than Elena or myself. She knows where we'll be safe. That's why I don't trust her. Don't you see? She's pulling our strings, guiding every step, drilling into our minds. She's walking us right into her cage, and we're going along with it. Please calm down, Sonny. Getting excited could exacerbate your condition. Let me go. Get away from me. Olivia, are you okay? I'm fine. That's enough, Pioneer. I would have left you outside if Olivia didn't insist we help you. Like we wanted to be here with you in the first place. I don't understand at all. Dorothy was so kind to you. How's your son, Dirk? Not so good, Director Franks. The doctor says he needs an operation. But is it the cost? Nothing gets past you. I joined the Pioneer team to try and help my boy. This is my first project. We don't have much money. I shouldn't have spent any on neuropathy medicine. If only I knew my son had heart trouble. There's no hope for me. But him, he's so little. Don't worry, Dirk. I know a way. Here's the best heart surgeon I know. Take your son and find her. The best surgeon? In Trimonts? Must be awful pricey. She's an old classmate of mine. Tell her Dorothy Franks sent you and she'll give you a discount. Really? Don't tell anybody. It'd be bad for her reputation if word got out that she gives discounts. Won't tell a soul. Cross my heart. I gotta go. Thank your friend for me. Why are you standing there? The coffee's getting cold. So much the better. It'd hurt less when I spill it on you. Are you worried about me or the coffee? You can smile and plead all you want, but I'm not lending you lunch money. Looks like it's plain rice the rest of the month, then. A director of Rhine Lab begging for food from a low-level researcher. Can you imagine the scandal? Originium art section is the poorest of the five, after all. I'm not Ferdinand. I don't have sponsors lined up waiting to dress me in gold from head to tail. At least the boss has good taste. Back on topic, it's not like I don't know the classmate you're talking about. She probably couldn't wait to double her fee when she heard your name. You're willing to pay anything for your Pioneer friends. No wonder people take advantage of you. Laugh all you want. Not like I can do anything about it. I'm going back to my lab. Maybe finishing this experiment will help stuff your wallet a little. She did so much for you, and pushed me into keeping it secret. How could you do this to her? Dr. Yerbuka, you're Dorothy Frank's friend. You see only what she wants you to see. You don't know what terrible things she's hiding under the surface. Dr. Franks, my boy's surgery went great. The doctor says he'll be out of the hospital by next week. Fantastic. Would you like to go home and see him? Go home? Back to the city? But I'm infected. I can't enter a nomadic city on my own. Unless you have a new contract that pays for the insurance. You're looking at a chance, Dirk. One that can change your destiny. Sign this consent form and you'll be able to go home. Of course I... No rush. You have 24 hours to think about it. This isn't a trick, nothing in the fine print. I've circled the important points. Make sure you understand the risks. Come find me if you have any questions. Dirk. Sir, what are you doing here? Did you sign up for... Give me the consent form. Why? No. Don't you get it? She's stuffing you into a cage to experiment on. So what? Director Frank says she's giving me a chance. When was the last time you heard the word chance? I don't need 24 hours. I won't wait another minute for a chance to see my boy. That's how she got Dirk. Not just Dirk. Alan, Gail, Sophia. She knew everyone's weaknesses. No one could say no to her. That's Dorothy Franks. Those silver creatures were her... The silver constructs? They're... You know nothing. How much did the two of you know about our pursuers? One of you calls them creatures. The other uses the word constructs. I'm certain I heard correctly. My people are renowned among Liberi for our sense of hearing. I'm just guessing. Same here. At least you agree on something. Never mind that. No matter what you think of Dorothy, at this moment, she's helping us escape. Let's follow her instructions for now. Maybe our pursuers on the other end of the corridor will help you collect your thoughts. She's not wrong. They will help you. Just not in a way you're thinking of.
It's like we're on a school trip here, eh?
Alright. Okay.
I obey my own heart.
That one needs to be stopped first. Hmm.
私に任せて、このリズムは今にぴったり。
I'm listening.
You guys think you're worth it? You're not dodging this.
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
弓の準備はできてるよ。
I know what it is I want. I'm listening.
Hayaku.
I obey my own heart.
friends? What are we talking about? My friends, I implore you to reconsider. Is there really no room for negotiation?
What is it?
Bullying. This is bullying. Lee just bullied them. The smell is familiar. Too bad there's still work to be done. I miss the sensation of alcohol rushing through my body. I heard you stand on a chair and recite poems when you're drunk. If you want to dig deep into those kind of rumors, Doctor, take Blaze up on it next time she invites you to drink. Logos and the others will... Let's just say that what you will see will make you forget any rumors about me. Have you found your man Saria? Or have you found your man Saria? He spends 20 hours a day here. 2 Tri-Mounts Sunshines, please. You don't look like someone who drinks during work hours. I'm not. I've never been one to let alcohol interfere with my brain, regardless of the hour. Live a little, Saria. Both of these are yours. And you better pull yourself together, because I am not buying a third. What? Have you gone homeless too, after leaving Rhine? How many drinks am I willing to buy for you depends on how much your information is worth to me. Well then, spit it out. What do you want to know? See the liquid in this test tube? It's not for drinking. Well then, why are you asking me? Show me your right hand. What are you doing? You're right-handed, but you're holding the glass with your left. Does your right arm still hurt from this subdermal arts unit implant? The what? Saria. Who's the helmet and the hood? Rhine Engineering? Volvort Koczynski? Maybe one of those places whose name we dare not speak? Did they change their minds, decide to shut me up forever? I promise you, I have nothing to do with any of the organizations you mentioned. Not now, not ever. Promise? Words like that ain't even worth the booze in front of me. Doctor, he may not be willing to talk with us here. It's you I don't trust, especially not in that getup. You reek of the Colombian tech elite. Know what I mean? The hood can stay. I feel better about you. How about you go get yourself a drink? Alright, I'll be over there. Saria, you've picked up so many tabs for me. Let me give you some ominous advice. Don't dig any deeper, if you don't want to end up like me. This test tube of yours, that power armor, you're biting off more than you can chew. Yes, more than even you can chew. Damn. Do you understand what it is you just said? Of course. It was you who reminded me. I'm not senile yet. This is a very serious accusation. Is it now? An accusation? Oh, the accusation that you have something to do with Mules's disappearance? Or the one you're trying to seize control of Rhine Lab? You need stronger evidence than that to blackmail me. Relax, old friend. How long have we worked together? 10 years and then some? Did you think I was the type to come chat with an old friend carrying a bunch of papers, voice recordings, and legal drafts? Just because you did it to me doesn't mean I intend to return the favor. Colombians like to put everything on the negotiating table. But you forget, I'm a cunning old Lithuanian goat who likes to play dumb. What exactly do you want? Just passing by to encourage an old friend. I don't understand. I thought you were on Control's side. You don't understand. We're researchers after all. There's always more we don't understand than we do. That's part of the fun. You're a lot like Kirsten. Too young, too smart. You're always trying to fly high. My bad. Not realizing how difficult it is for the others to keep up with you. All I want to be left in peace to do my research, and not to be dragged along the ground. It may be only a couple months or a couple of years of your administration for the military and big capital pick Rhine Lab to the bone, but it won't happen tomorrow. I'm surprised you have such a high opinion of me. You'll need to deal with the Director of Defense first, however, in order to get to Kirsten. I didn't think Defense had a director. Look at you. Your memory's failing at such a tender age. Kirsten never accepted Saria's resignation. I never understood how you think, Saria. No. No one talks about that ever since everything went down at Loken, my old employer. They all chose to cut ties, no matter how much or how little they knew about the experiments. That's what smart people do. Does that mean you're not smart? Tongue's still as sharp as ever, huh? I would run if I could. They won't let me. You ask if my right hand hurts? Of course it does. But did you think they would let me live this long if I didn't give up my hand and become a test subject? I was the goddamn surgeon. Even if I had no idea what they wanted me to implant. Still capable of anger, I see. Looks like alcohol hasn't completely numbed you. You've changed, Saria. I could see you were angry when you first came to me a few years ago. Oh? You weren't exactly wearing it on your face. But I could see it. I felt the same way when I learned what kind of experiments I was involved in. There are other ways, if you want to take down Rhine Lab. You're one of the founders. Anybody after Rhine will be queuing up to take your hand. Taking down Rhine won't solve anything. Kill one beast only for its flesh and blood to feed yet more beasts. The fall of Loken water tank is proof. Excuses. You've gone all over the place for Rhine. You've opposed to them on the surface, but what you're actually doing is cleaning up their messes. When I saw you, I knew the rumors were true. You were willing to go to jail for Rhine Lab. The Manfield incident? Not the smartest thing to deal in rumors. The fall of Hydro was a headache for the Director of Energy, wasn't it? The loss of a key supplier has thrown a wrench into his request for a new laboratory site. He lost a few major orders, didn't he? It was a setback to whatever experiments he had going on. It wasn't me who sent Hyde Brothers to jail. You played a big part. I know the rules. With the Hyde Brothers locked up, the prosecutors no doubt wanted to use them to hook bigger fins. Why was there no mention of Rhinelab in the news? Why does Rhine always emerge unscathed from these things? The truth is, you've been following the trail, cleaning up all of Rhine's little mistakes left along the way. That's why you came looking for me. You wanted to know whether or not Rhine had anything to do with this reagent. Deep down, you're still the Rhine's Director of Defense. You still think it's your job to pick up after them. There's something at Rhine that you can't let go of. Or maybe it's someone. Some sentiment. Huh. Looks like you do have emotion after all, Saria. At the end of the day, we're all flesh and blood. I sense a diabolic incident coming along. In the terms of flashback. The subject is out of control. Restraints have failed. Not getting any neural signals from the subject. Attempting sedative injection. Negative. The subject is activating originium arts. A monster. It's a huge monster. No, the flames are manifesting. Get the director on the line, now. Fire. The fire. Ifrit, where are you? Ifrit. Saria? She felt no heat in the fiery corridor. The eyes of the wyvern race, name, insert here, were harder than rock, colder than steel. She could not read the emotions within them. To this day, she does not know what she saw in the wyvern's race, insert here's eyes. Are you okay, Doc Silence? You've got to be tired. You've been taking care of Doc Moore and the rest of us. I'm wicked sorry I acted like that and almost got you hurt. Rhodes Island isn't like Rhinelab. You and Gray have been so good to us, and you never asked for nothing up for it. Is that true? I'm no saint, Sonny. I was a Rhinelab researcher. My experiments almost wiped out an entire city block. Countless people along with it. Huh? There was a girl. She was close to me, almost like family. She was a subject of the experiment. What happened to her? She's still alive, but only alive. After all these years, I've tried and failed to give her back the life she should have had, a normal life. But I couldn't stop the situation from deteriorating. Don't blame yourself. I'm sure you never meant to hurt her. Funny. That's how I comforted myself in the past. I didn't know. It was others who were truly to blame. But was that really so? As the overseer in the field, did I really not know the risks of our research? The answer is clear. Either I was blinded by the tantalizing promise of a breakthrough, or I was far less a researcher than I thought I was. And that's harder to do than hate someone else. Perhaps the one I truly could not forgive was... I never knew your story. It's more than just a story. It's why I came here. Aren't you trying to save your friend? Of course. I have to save Joyce. But I want to save you and Elena and Director Franks. I want to stop all of this before we get to the point of no return. You believe me? Like I said, I believe in the truth and what I see for myself. And I recall that I've seen something like it. The silver things following us? They look like the result of Originium arts gone awry. By the way, I had Ben bring you something. It should be on your desk now. Ben? You forgot again? You told him to have tea with me. He talked so much that he nearly drank my entire stash. I don't remember you owing me anything. Oh? That wasn't what you said when I just completed my chimeric organism experiments. The diabolic experiments. Glad you remember. My student used an anesthetic of her own design during the final phase. Just shocking results. Silence was such a smart girl. I miss her. After the project was suspended, I reviewed the data logs and found that it was no coincidence. What data? You're not the only one who digs through the trash. You mean Loken water tank? Those data were... Let's not dwell on clerical matters, shall we? Loken Williams was a genius. Reviewing his data made me realize that I was taking the long way round. I was trying to increase the subject's cell activity in order to increase sync rate with the energy contained within the embedded shards. Yep, Dorothy Vision. However, my voice is dying, so I might be ending after this bit here. Glad you could join us, though. Who would have thought that suppressing the subject's neural responses would be the way to go? Suppress? I made some small changes to your formula based on this conjecture. I hope you'll forgive the initiative. You're a sly one, old goat. Why the irritation? I simply ordered a gift before you asked for it. Is it really so disappointing to lose a weapon against me? It had better be of use to my experiments. I promise you'll like it. Oh, and if you're successful, could you pick up the tab on the 10 boxes of black bean tea that Mealseye owes me? I would have won that bet if not for my formula. Man, they're both bastards. Back on topic. The reagent. I had a sniff when you took it out. Yes, it's the exact same smell. It's the ghost of the ones who died on my operating table back to haunt me. Thicker and more numerous. Who? Who, you ask? Who salvaged the most from the ruins of Loken water tank? Time to go home, Saria. Ryan Lab. See, you knew the answer all along. You already met the Tin Man. He helped you find me. Who was the main sponsor at the diabolic experiments? Who was Loken water tank's investor? Who had the means to hire multiple labs to engage in similar experiments at the same time? How irresistible did the order have to be to make those labs put their petty patent feuds aside and sit down to share data? And whose hands did the surviving subjects pass through before they were sent out to Columbia? Do you mean... Looks like a pretty lively conversation. I hope I didn't miss too much.
敵が何と言おうと、どんな考えがあろうと、私には関係ない。どう倒せばいいかということにしか興味ないわ。
Do I not get that yet? Or... Oh, I have to do this one too. I see. Oh wow. I'm gonna hate this one. If I have to stop them right here. Ugh. Four pieces of reading done. I'm assuming it goes to DV8. So so there's 5 more pieces, including top secret stuff. So maybe I'll be able to finish in 2 more streams.
Doctor, 疲れた?
I need to do Chocolate Street at some point. What's the trust of my operators now? Specifically, Lee and Wildmane, I believe. Lee is at 96. I don't think that changed. $99. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Doctor, 疲れた?
Keep those documents away from me. I go all vertigo when I see too much text. Don't even think of making me help you on the paperwork, Doctor. I'm just gonna stand here nice and good.
There we go. Right back there.
Armor paint? It's gotta be gold. I love gold. It's the color of lightning. And when they say things are fast as lightning, that's fast.
We'll do this real quick, do the shop, and then I'll be done for today. Tomorrow is Lunacore. As long as it's not canceled, I'll be streaming that. Wednesday, however, I'll come back to this. That is, if I'm not busy with other things. Don't know why I went to operators.
Ready for the day, Doctor? Want to try some breakfast from the Justice Knight?
What? I want to come over here. That's what I want. Yeah, that is enough for me today. So, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a nice night. Actually, let's see who there is to raid. Because I know there's a few of my VTuber friends still streaming. Or have recently started streaming. One of the two. Let's see. We got Zithis and Aldi and Lilith. We'll go with Zithis. Zithis and Aldi are playing the same game, it looks like, so we'll raid Zithis. There we go. They're playing Labyrinthine. I don't actually remember what that game is. I think it's like a Phasmophobia sort of game, but it looks like they're collabing together. So, have fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow.